When we blame, it's the inverse of taking accountability. Because the reason we don't want to take accountability is because it's a vulnerable state. Brené Brown is a researcher. She was on Oprah. She talks about courage. She talks about being brave. She talks about vulnerability. She talks about really, really the power of being free to be you, authentically you. So she's talking about blame. And she says blame, what we do when we blame, we are in a state where we don't feel good and we blame somebody, and what we're doing is we're discharging pain. It's a way to discharge pain. We have something happens, we get mad, we react, we blame. And I was listening to this, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is amazing. I totally get it. But then I thought, oh my gosh, I'm raising blamers. Did your parents ever do this? Something's happening at home, there's a mess, something's broken, something didn't get done, and they walk in the house and say, who did it? Who did it? Who did it? Did you do it? Did you do it? Did you ever have that happen to you? So we do that as parents, in my thinking, because we want to raise kids to have accountability. Tell the truth. Did you do it? But when we come in and we say, who did it? Who did that? Who did that? Who made that mess? Who dropped that? Who did that? Because we want that person to be responsible and go clean that up or fix that thing. We're not raising people to be accountable. What are we raising? Blamers. We're raising blamers. How do I know? I have my own little test subject. I have 3 little kids. And I know that when we walk, Kellen and I both do, we walk into a room, who did it? Who threw those books on the floor? Who dropped that? Well, now the girls run back, look what she did, look what she did, look what she did. So we're breeding tattletales. Tattletales, because if someone comes up and you say, who did it? You get scared, man. You're a little kid, you're scared. So what are you gonna do? Probably lie or blame somebody else, right? So this is what's happening in my house. Tattletales and blamers. So when I heard Brené Brown say it, I said, of course, obviously. If the way I respond to something is to blame because I'm upset that they made that mess, or I'm upset that someone kicked somebody or hit somebody, pulled their hair, I'm upset, I want someone to take accountability because I'm upset. So I did this the other night. I walked in, Kellen was giving M&Ms to Olivia at 8:30 at night, and I freaked out. I'm like, M&Ms? M&Ms at 8:30 at night. You're gonna give her M&Ms. It's Thursday night, I'm about to give a webinar. The webinar is happening at 9 o'clock. Bedtime happens at 7. Twins go down at 7. I put down the 5-year-old. The 5-year-old goes down at 8, but 8's too late. So Kellen and I switch places. I put down the twins at 7, so I have time to get ready for the webinar. She goes and puts down the 5-year-old, which is much easier than putting down the twins. So I put down the twins. They're not going to sleep. I'm getting pissed off. Go to bed. We don't want to go to bed. We got to go pee-pee. We need a bottle. We need to get up. It's like endless, endless. I'm like almost a level 10, trying to hold myself from being a volcano and say, shut the fuck up and go to sleep. Which is what I really want to say, but I don't say, but I'm like ready to burst. So I finally go, that's it, go to sleep. I walk out, I see the M&Ms. Get it? Am I mad at the M&Ms? No. I'm vomiting my pain. I'm spitting on them because I had stress over here because I have a webinar to do. And I have to do my hair. But this is real, right? I'm stressed. So I yell at them. I walk back into my room and I'm like, I can't do that. That is not cool. And I want to teach my kids that when they do something wrong, they've got to apologize and make it right. I didn't want to go in there and freaking apologize. I was pissed off. I was pissed. But we got to be able to feel that feeling and really get, when we speak and we blame, I call it this, spitting on someone or spitting on yourself. So we don't want to do that. So when we come in here, we're training ourselves to be more conscious, we're training ourselves to feel the effect of powerful positive words, and we're training ourselves to take responsibility so we're not blaming people. I'm owning my power, I'm directing my life, I'm choosing, I'm prioritizing, I'm directing myself. To be in a state of receptivity where I can allow myself to be the best that I can be.